everyone. Welcome to my channel. It's Sunday. It's time to talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm sure there's only like 5 of us left that are watching the show because it's absolute garbage now. But we do have a lovely panel. And Scott from Sporking News Podcast has graced us with his presence this week.
I made it.
He made it. So tell everyone where they can find you, Scott.
Yeah. Hey, you can find me at Sporking News Podcast on the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, and the YouTube. I also have a T-Public merch shop. If you want to check out my cool digs, you can check that out over. I'll drop it in the chat.
Cool digs. No one says that anymore.
my hip clothing. It's really.
You're getting as bad as culture.
Wow.
Oh God! Don't say that.
Wow.
Thank you for having me, though.
Of course. Thank you for being here. Jayne, how are you?
Hello, I'm fantastic. You can find me here on YouTube. I post movie and television reviews and pop culture commentary. And you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Jayne Theory. Thanks for joining us.
Awesome.
Can I say something real quick? I hate YouTube. It's not showing me that you're live right now.
I hate that too. So everybody, please smash the like and share the stream out there. If you're watching, please, Twitter's, Facebook, whatever, would really help us out. And of course, YouTube is taking likes away. So that also happened. And I saw Steeg in the chat telling me that he was unsubbed. So, that's the thing that happens. Yeah. So like, make sure everyone's still subbed, especially to your favorite YouTubers, not just me. But thank you for being here, everybody. And before I continue with this lovely panel, I'm gonna press this clip. Before you introduce yourself, say your line.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys.
Hey guys.
You didn't say it, so I had to play that. I'm sorry. It just had to happen. Teresa, hi. How are you?
Hey, doing great. Just hating humanity as usual, but besides that, I'm doing fantastic, actually. You can find me here on YouTube at Miss Martin Muses, where I talk about what makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or just really ticks me off. Every Saturday, a Catterday video. I'm doing some Legos, Babylon 5, or anything else I feel like musing on.
Oh, yay. That's awesome. That's so lovely. I love your takes on things, Teresa. You're a very interesting person. Eclay says sporkwear.
Yes.
Chic.
Chic. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'll put the link in the chat, guys. There you
check
out my hip wear. Thank you.
My store is being made right now. I did start my Infinite Fox line, Infinite Fox fashion line. So it's going to be just, fuck COVID, fuck Disney, fuck whatever you don't like. I will, just let me know on Twitter and I'll make it.
I like that.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So before we get started on the episode, there was something that dropped on Twitter last week. A couple of things dropped with relation to the show. And I thought we should start here. First of all, after last week's episode, so episode 4's finale, they did a poll, which was this. It says, for the second straight week, Zemo was the most popular character. Sam Wilson hasn't ranked in the top 5 since episode 1. This past week, he was number 25.
Are there 25 freaking people in the show?
Yeah,
like, how is that even possible?
I don't think there was any. I don't think there was any.
I don't know who these other people are.
Yeah, I call BS on this.
I do too.
That many characters. But this is an interesting thing, though, because Sam's not even like. Come on, like the Winter Soldier is ahead of the Flag Smasher chick.
The Flag Smasher. Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on now.
Look, Zemo, I could totally see being number 1. People love him. I think he's a great character, and I can't wait to see more of him. But Bucky, this is Bucky's show, man. Like him and Sam together, I'm really enjoying them with all the political crap and the race stuff that they go through. I kind of push it to the side because Captain America has always been political. I know people are like, no, it's not. It really has. Let's be honest with ourselves. He knocked out Hitler before we were even thinking about going into the war. So I get that part, but like, it has to have the race thing. But the race thing in this episode almost pushed me over the edge. That's where I got a little upset with it. But other than that, Sam Wilson's great. I think he's been awesome in this. Anthony Mackie's awesome. Like, how could he be ranked 25? Like, who beat him? Like, little girl that they gave candy to? Like, I don't even know, like, who they... Dead woman? You know, the dead lady?
Like, the Hispanic guy that's, I guess, going to be the Falcon now? I don't really know.
Yeah, the Wakandans. There's 3 of them, so that
The
kind of...
Wakandans.
Oh, well, I'd take them over most of the cast.
Yeah.
I think that is the Hispanic guy going to be
Torres.
the Falcon now?
He is in the comics. He's actually a hybrid in the comics. He was, so the guy whom they killed, that Zemo killed, that made the serum, I believe, I might have this wrong, but I believe he in the comics actually took Torres and mixed his DNA with a Falcon, and he became like half human, half Falcon, and he became the next Falcon.
Oh, okay. So that's interesting. Okay. Any other thoughts on this graph here?
It's bullshit, and they're all a bunch of liars, and I'm mad. I mean, not mad. I think I'm getting tired of this. I think that we all know that all the stuff that they do is just manipulated. They're just trying to... they're trying to shape public opinion.
I just love it when Teresa gets mad because she never swears, and then she's like, "This," and you're like, "Whoa, whoa."
At this point, I don't even think they're trying to shape public. I think this is just this is the only thing they can associate with the Black characters. It's not, because it's not like it's new. It's not like it's new. Like, I get that they have this agenda now and everything is all woke and stuff, but we've been seeing this attachment of race-related struggle in Black people throughout cinema. It's just not new.
Yeah, no, you're right. And Agent of Chaos, there was a large population in America that agreed with Germany, not with what Hitler ended up doing, but what he believed in at that time. And I'm not talking about the genocide but they believed, like, let's stay out of it. He's doing his own thing. So it wasn't like we were even in that realm of all Americans were like, we got to go to war over this. Like, it was pre-Pearl Harbor, really like I think they were just starting to get to England. Like, he was a prick. Yes. And these guys were ahead of the game. What?
We were pushed into it. I mean,
we were, yeah.
Even now, we don't really... The people, I don't think, really want to get involved in a lot of the crap that's going on in the rest of the world. But you have genocides happening today.
All over the place.
Yeah, and no one cares.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well,
I haven't been able to try. I've tried to get people to care over the last 10 years. I'll try to get something going on Twitter. No one wants to hear it.
Nope, they want to bitch.
Yeah.
Well, they only want to be outraged about things that they're wanting to be outraged about. Now that we know that they manipulate stuff, there's just no point.
Right. Like, can I ask you ladies a question? This show, if we weren't getting all the bullshit from social media about it, would you still be affected by... I feel like sometimes shows come out and there's some woke agenda to it, but we, like, me included, I'll speak for myself, I go overboard because of all the wokeness we have gotten, all what happens then on social media because of it. But maybe like 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't have reacted that way because I would have been like, okay, I see what they're going. I don't agree with it, but it's still a good show. Like, I feel like we're hypersensitive.
I think to some extent, yeah, you're right, Scott, because it's just, there's just so much of it that now it's just oversaturated. But at the same time, I do think that there is a definite game plan with regards to pumping that information out and getting people to think a certain way, especially with regards to Disney, because Disney and like you say yourself, Captain America, those kind of things have always been there to make a statement of a sort. Now we know for a fact that the writers and stuff like that they're pushing an agenda. So it's going to come through. It's just,
and I'm still not even entirely sure what they're trying to push, to be honest. I mean, that's one of my problems with this whole show. I still can't tell you right now what the hell it's all about and what they're trying to say.
Well,
it is so
what
uneven.
What I've gotten from it is this: Black people are oppressed in America.
Yes.
They have been from day one, including what happened to the black not Winter Soldier, but the super soldier, and because of what happened to him and like the speech he was giving Sam and everything like that, they're trying to push this idea that basically racism exists to the core of all Americans, and you shouldn't even want to be Captain America because like basically America is such a shit racist country that why would you even want to represent this
Right.
this shield, this flag,
yeah, that's what they were going for. But the way the episode ended, actually, I thought it was rather positive.
I like
And
the
that's
sister.
what I think happened, though. I think what happened was they showed the generational rift, and I think that exists in the Black community between my generation and every generation before that grew up at a time when there's absolutely no reason why they would be patriotic. I can't imagine a reason why.
Yeah.
I mean, if you grew up, not even grew up, if you were like my parents' age and grew up in like the 60s, why would you be? It doesn't make any sense. So I get what's his name? Isaiah. I get his perspective and I get what he's saying.
Definitely.
But you also see Sam saying, I respect this man. I respect what he went through. I get why he's given up. I get why he sees that there's, from his perspective, no hope and nothing's ever going to change. But I have formed relationships with people and I see the opportunity for change and I see the progress that we're making and I can be a part of that. So I think that's the conversation that's happening. And that's why I was somewhat confused. Like, I get not wanting this in this show. I don't want this in a superhero show.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm also seeing people criticizing the conversation. And
But it's a real
I don't
conversation.
Understand that. Yeah.
It is.
But that's the thing, though.
real.
Like, should it be a conversation in this show? That's the thing. Like,
It shouldn't
it's just
be in
that-
the show.
Yeah,
it shouldn't
it's
be
just
in the show,
it's
in my
not
opinion.
it's not about this show. That's what I'm saying. This is not the place to have that conversation. You want to have that conversation, you make some sort of, there's plenty of drama,
The documentary.
documentaries or whatever about this subject, not Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which we only get 6 episodes of. So they're
Right.
like,
That's it right there.
Yeah,
But
and
that's the thing. I
and
think
that's
the
why
thing
I
is
was sorry. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, and that's why I was saying I'm not sure what the show wants it to be. But I will say this. I went in biased to this episode because you'd said some things, Nina, in the chat. And I actually found of all the racial stuff that has been in this show up to this point, this was actually pretty good. Because
I agree.
as Jayne was saying, it was showing the generational difference. And you saw Sam kind of struggling with it. And then his sister said something to the effect of, don't let him get in your head or you're letting him get into your head.
And she put it so perfectly too. She was just like, don't let his, BS get into your head, Sam. What
or his experience, his vision, because I forget how she worded it, but I just remember thinking of all the things. And then there was that really cool moment. Actually, I thought it was actually a very cool moment when his little nephew, while he was training, when they were doing the Rocky thing and showing the montage, and then his nephew went up to the shield and he kind of outlined the star.
Yeah, I love that.
Because it was also showing you another generational thing. The next generation maybe might see things differently. And that is actually in keeping with my personal experience, because my clientele tends to be non-white and under 10. They love Captain America, Spider-Man, all that. They adore him, and it's not in sort of anything other. That next generation is also seeing that. So I actually thought that, okay, fine, if they've got to put it in there, this episode did it best, in my humble opinion.
But I think that's what they did. I think they were setting it up for this point. They were showing how bad America is, and through Isaiah showing how bad America's always been, and then showing that despite all of these issues that are happening, Falcon or Sam is still able to be proud to be American and carry the shield.
Right.
Despite
But the
all
problem
that. I think
I
that's
had,
kind of what they were going with.
the problem I had with that moment was that they're so worried that the white man will, like, it has to be Sam's decision, right? And it has to be coming from what Isaiah did and what his sister said. But Bucky said, you know, when Steve and I talked about giving you the shield, we never thought what it would be like for a black man. Okay, so I understood that. I'm like, wow, yeah, that's pretty deep. But what he should have said right after that was, but because we didn't see it like that, we might not have that experience, but all we knew is that you deserved this shield. Like, but he didn't even say that. All he said was, we just, you know, us dumb white guys forgot, you know, should have thought of that. But they could have, like, it's almost like there's moments where they could twist it positive, and I understand why they didn't with Isaiah. Whatever is, oh my God, Isaiah.
Yes,
right, Isaiah. Like, like his story's he's supposed to be bitter. Like, no way he loves America. What they did to him was disgusting. But like, Bucky could have easily have done yes, as a white male, I didn't even think of it because what we saw was our friend worthy of the shield. But
Agreed.
all was, I'm sorry that we didn't think of it. Like,
Excellent
they could have just slipped in that little extra, but they didn't want the white guy to, like, I don't know, be a part of his decision making.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's part of it. I think it's partly that, and also they just couldn't make it merit based with respect to Sam.
Right.
It had to be this struggle constantly. It couldn't just be that he earned it and he's deserving of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that goes back to the issue I have with how they write these characters, but that's a whole other discussion.
Yeah.
I personally kind of, honestly, like, it was weird because it hit me a little like differently than you guys did. I really did think it was a slight at Sam and like the white man and blah blah blah. Like I saw it, I kind of saw it the way you did, Scott, but at the same time I was like, it was just so blatant, and like that whole black comment was just so like, I was like, did he just say that? Like that it took me out like completely at that point.
Bucky saying it? Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it could have been a beautiful moment. Well, it could have been a beautiful moment, but they didn't want to have Bucky involved in Sam's decision at all, even though it's supposed to be a buddy cop thing.
Right.
And then don't forget, this show had a pandemic aspect to it that they took out that whole thing. So I feel like when they did that, they just shoved it with more racial stuff because they didn't know what to do. Like, you know, the woman who died, I almost said Damaj and
oh my God.
Dahlia, whatever her name was, the one they had the funeral for, like, she's supposed to be a much bigger role in this. And there was supposed to be like some form of like a pandemic, but because of the beer bug, they decided against it and they had to like fill in the blanks. And I think they were just like throwing the race thing even harder. And I really think they could have made that oh yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, the boat. Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah, it's so uneven, and I think that maybe that is because of that nature. The way I keep seeing it is this is a show with greatness, always trying to peak out every now and then they just smash it down.
Because they just
smash it down because their writers are so unskilled. They've got the subtlety of a polar bear trying to roller skate backwards up a backwards escalator.
But I don't know
how subtle they are. Can
I ask you guys this? Because like me, it's after the fact when I dissect it. I know, like, in the moment, I really enjoy this show. Mm-hmm. In the moment, I think except for episode 2, I really have enjoyed the show. Like, Zemo was great. What's going on with the Carter broad, I'm trying to figure out. Like, I feel like they change. Like, you could see where they change stuff. A hint to that is when they do like I forget the term, you know, actors use, but when they do like a talk over where the person's talking off screen, you know, that was an edited thing from what they really originally had. And I feel like those are the moments where I feel like they shoved in that racial stuff or like stupid shit that this show I think was better. I really do think it was better, but Disney was too much of cowards to say, you know what, even though there's this pandemic going on, we're still going to go with the show we planned.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it was more the pandemic, or do you think it was the whole BLM thing that changed?
No, dude, they cut out a lot of this had to do with a virus. Like when they said she died of tuberculosis, again, they said it where you couldn't see the actor's face saying it. It's because there was a huge thing about like some type of weird pandemic going on, and that adding to all the, hostility around the world.
And I just want to say, Thomas, thank you for joining us today. He says, I really enjoyed the show. And that's great. I mean, everybody is, welcome to love what they love. This meant to be, enjoyed. And I mean, I personally was enjoying it the first few episodes, especially like more than now. Like I enjoyed the last episode with Zemo way more than this one. I felt like this one, other than the first literally like 10 minutes which were dope, that crazy fight with this dude here, which I loved. I was like, this is why I'm watching this show, is I want to see action. I want to see them fight. I want to see them team up and fight. Even though, interestingly, I feel a little bit like Nick, because I actually kind of feel bad for this dude. Like I feel.
I think he's a great actor.
Bad for him. I think he is a great actor, and I feel bad for what his character went through. And I think that it's interesting that later on he's gonna be hit up by certain people, and it's very understandable that he's gonna choose to go, down the route that he's gonna choose to go down. But just in general,
really relatable though. Like he's not a bad guy.
No, he's not.
I've been saying all along. I think everything he's done reflects what your normal, everyday, average person would do. He's not Steve.
Exactly.
It's just that he's not Steve, but he's not a bad character. He's not an evil character, and I don't think he's done anything particularly wrong, except that for whatever weird reason, how they wrote it, he wasn't cooperating with Falcon. But other than that. And he should have been working with the like they had people fighting who in the real world would probably be coordinating, but and I'm sure they did that because of story. But other than that, I actually like him, and I loved seeing this particular scene where you see him struggle with what he did, but then rationalize it as anyone would, and then he got into the fight with them because Bucky wanted to take the shield anyway.
That was the best part.
Yeah, when they broke off his arm.
Well, no, the best part to me was this. Sam was getting to him, but then when Sam, like they flashed to Sam looking at the blood on the shield. Yeah. And he right there, it's like, we got to have that shield. Like you soiled Steve Rogers. Cause I think another thing with this show is that like they forget how honorable Steve Rogers is. Like Steve Rogers was not a bad symbol of America. He was one of the best symbols. He was the one that fought against the government and things like that. Like he was perfect for this. But Bucky's like, hey man, if you go down this road, and you'll never come back. And, Walker kind of cuts him off there. And for the rest of the conversation, watch Buck. I watched it again. Watch him. He's just seething that. And he's doing is staring at that shield.
Yeah, that brooding look.
He's amazing.
I love that brooding look. Take my eyes off of him. He was like, just oh my god. That's
like even me. I was like, oh my god. I think I'm a little moist. Like
oh
my god.
I'm just especially since you're a dude.
I know. Isn't that weird?
Wow.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what though. Sometimes I forget even that both Bucky and Steve are from a completely different generation. They were from the greatest generation. They're the ones that fought the Nazis. They were born in like 1915 or something.
Yeah. 18,
so like they're from a completely different world. But what I liked about fake Captain America is they continued a theme that I thought they started last week when he was talking about fighting in Afghanistan and how that's kind of made him what he is. And then when he's talking to his superior officers, he's like, you made me the way I am. You made me the way I am. And it made me think about what happens to a lot of soldiers that do things they're not proud of, but they're shaped by the war. My parents' generation, it was Vietnam, and our generation, it's Afghanistan and Iraq.
You know who it made me think of? It made me think of, go back to Ed Norton's Hulk. They created Abomination because of the type of soldier that guy was. And I'm Wyatt Russell, man, this dude is amazing. Like 1 minute I'm feeling for him, the next minute I can't stand him.
Yeah.
Like, what a good actor this guy is. And he's not getting credit.
He also kind of this what.
Jayne?
Oops, sorry.
I was like, what is she
It reminded me of the situation with Tulsi Gabbard and some of the things that she said when she spoke on behalf of soldiers and what they experienced at the hands of government using them as pawns, where you're basically convenient, and then once they don't need you anymore,
until you're
tossed to the side. And I felt that. I think his speech was an incredible one. That's why I do like this character quite a bit.
I like this character quite a bit too, and that speech really spoke to me as well. And which is weird because they're trying to make him like the bad guy. And here, grumpy old ninja Kentaro Oe says, even after they hacked the beer bug out of it, they still had a good show, but they thought getting lazy and tokenizing would be a fast critic-proof way out. John Walker should get to be the U.S. agent. Now, I don't know like what's going to happen, especially with regards to the next episode, but I think that's coming. That's why
they're setting that up.
He's making his shield, and that's why he got approached by the Hydra lady. So I think that's like he is going to be the U.S. agent. It's just it's going to probably be left to the last episode,
right? And I think I don't know about you guys because I got to get going soon, but I think she works for Ross. Think about what they're setting up. You have Zemo going to the raft instead of Wakanda. You have her approaching him, and yes, she is Lady Hydra, but she was more like kind of undermining Hydra in the comic books, and she was really like a shield agent in Leviathan. But that's
I also
different.
thought she might be the other lady. What was the other one from the
with
last
the red
episode?
hair?
No, the one with the last episode that we were talking about, that the blonde chick might be
Peggy Carter. Oh, the
power broker.
The power broker. I was like, is she
so.
the power broker? But then I realized I was like, no, she just resembles Hydra a lot. So she's like a Hydra person or something. Right. I don't know. It just seems that way. But what do you have to go now, Scott? Or
I got about like 5-10 minutes. Okay. I don't want to leave.
I know.
I love talking to you ladies about stuff like this.
We love talking to you too, but this scene in general was really good. Look, there's that breed. Oh my god! Oh my god!
That was the best part. Look at him, like literally, like I didn't realize how good of an actor he is. Like,
Sebastian Stan. Oh gosh!
Oh my god, man!
Yes.
You feel the rage just under his skin, and like the years of being programmed. Like, go from Captain America, the first Avenger, where he's like the, hey, 40s guy, what's going on, to this.
Yes.
Like, what an amazing arc he has had.
I mean, the brooding is just
I'm going to learn to brood like that.
I mean, he's amazing. This whole thing was great. Like,
yes.
I really enjoyed this fight. I think that it was really interesting though, because a part of me really felt bad for him. Like, I was like, dude, he didn't really do anything. Like, I get that you wanted to take the shield because he kind of somewhat murdered someone in broad daylight, but he, like, his friend was just killed. Like, there was stuff that happened. Like, anyone would react like this. Like,
absolutely.
And he had just taken the serum like 10 minutes before this.
Can I say that?
Like, like he's probably like not himself. He's like all serumed up and shit. Like, there's probably a lot of adrenaline and stuff going.
Can I say the worst decision Sam makes? Like, Sam's supposed to be this, I talk guys down. I work with these guys. Well, guess what?
Negotiator.
You went right for the shield, man. Yeah. Like, that should have been the last thing you even thought about. You should have talked to the man, not be like, give me. That's why I'm saying, like, it must have been him seeing the blood on the shield. Like, I can't let him have that. But
he got triggered.
You failed him.
Yeah,
that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, it's like, no, you did fail him. I feel like they did fail him. And the way that he was like, we could have been on the same team. I was like, that's true.
He was hurt.
All he wanted to do was team up with them the whole time. They were just assholes, and they were
I've been meaning to ask Jayne.
Bucky was never going to let him keep that shield
ever,
no matter
ever.
Whatever.
But that's the thing. Like,
can I ask this question, Jayne? Again, I'm sorry to point you out, but you are black. What was the part where like people took offense to him saying, I want to work with, Captain America's wingman? Like,
Jayne is black.
I know. Someone told me
I
that.
know it's shocking, right?
Right, but like people were like, "Oh, that's so offensive to the black culture." I saw on Twitter, and it's like, no, like in my view, he wanted everything Captain America ever had, and one of them was Falcon as his wingman. But like people took that as a slight towards Anthony Mackie, or not Anthony Mackie, but Sam Wilson, and I didn't know, is that another race thing they were trying to do, or
I don't know that it was a race thing per se,
or
but
people
I
turned it
think
into that
Sam saw it
as
I kind of understand, is they're
okay,
partners. So for you to reduce him to like his helper or whatever,
right,
his
right.
assistant, basically, was insulting because of everything they'd gone through as partners,
But
basically.
see, the term wingman is not like you're my subservient person. Wingman is you got my, like, maybe
got my
it's
back,
the way
yeah.
he said it, like, hey, my wingman. But like a wingman is a partner. Like, and people took that as, oh,
That's how I
he
took
wants.
it too. I didn't know that.
Yeah, a wingman is the guy who protects you. He is the guy right on your side,
Wingman is the guy
He's
who
Goose.
helps you pick up girls. Hello, everybody
Yes.
knows this. Like,
He's
come on
Goose.
now.
You know, like your wingman is the guy who protects you. He
You
looks
are
out
the
for you.
wind beneath my wings. That's
Yes.
One
about
thing I do want to say too, RMR, would Bucky do this if his best friend was just killed? Bucky would kill everybody.
yeah.
Oh,
If
yeah.
his best friend was just killed. And also, I think it's notable that if there had been cameras and cell phones, when Steve attacked Tony over
God, yeah.
Bucky,
Yeah.
that was the exact
Mhm.
same scene. He just didn't kill him.
Well, but
Yeah.
that's what this fight
Would have had his ammo
resembles,
back.
right? This
Exactly.
fight resembles that Civil War fight where there's 2-on-1, and the only difference is that Walker isn't going for the "I'm going to stop you" blow. Walker is going for the "I'm going to kill you" blow.
Well,
That is the
and not
only
just that.
difference.
The other guy, well,
That was
actually,
last
he,
week
he
more,
was a
yeah.
super soldier. Never mind. I was going to
Yeah.
say he's not quite Iron Man, but then never mind.
But he was a super soldier. And
Yeah.
all, look, after fighting someone as long as Tony and granted they were friends, but
Mhm.
to control himself with that super soldier serum racing through his veins to just destroy his arc reactor. I think they were trying to parallel that with last week's kill, and you can't do that. Tony and him have been friends for a decade,
Mhm.
and like, and all he wanted to do was two of his friends stop fighting. Like,
yeah, and then this guy, mind you, he doesn't
Hard
know
of
that
killing.
guy,
right, and
and
he held him back,
dude just basically like, well, he didn't kill the
but he held
his
him when
friend.
his friend got killed. He held
Yes.
him back
Yeah.
when his friend got
Yes.
killed. So to me, you killed my friend. I'm with
Yeah.
you, John Walker.
Yeah, I was too. I thought that, I mean, like, it's kind of like guilt by association because it's like saying, oh, you know, like all those people who were there when that chick blew up that building, like last episode. It's like, no, you're guilty. You're a terrorist. Like
Yes.
that's why
Yeah.
you
You could have walked away.
You contributed in blowing up a building.
Even under the law, I mean, that would be considered principal. So they were
Yeah.
all equally responsible.
Yes, and they never let, and
Exactly.
they stayed with her, right?
Mhm.
And you're telling me truly, Bucky would have, like, someone put in the chat, what would Bucky have done if his best friend just got killed? And it's the truth. You guys just said it too.
Mhm.
Bucky would have killed everyone.
Yeah.
Would have gone
Okay.
medieval.
And we
Well,
would have
and-
supported him because we've been on the journey with him. We haven't been on the journey with Walker.
Yeah. Well, they
Mhm.
did point out, like the mother, when he later on in the episode, that, and they've said that several times, that they went through hell and back together, and that after everything they survived, you know, in the war, and then for him just to be killed like that.
And the
by a
parents
little-
were like, but we're glad he got justice, right, Teresa? Like,
Yeah.
they wanted him to kill somebody for them.
But
So-
think about this too. I think the reason why, and just like it happens today, the only reason the government did anything was because it was public. They made a point of showing the cameras
It's
and
true.
people taking pictures and videos of what was happening. If
Yeah.
all of it had happened in that abandoned building, they wouldn't have cared.
No.
Right.
No one would have known, and he would have continued to be Captain America. He just did it. in public.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there would have been no
Absolutely.
court martial or anything. Nope.
Now let me ask
Absolutely.
you guys think. Do you think that in this fight, right? I felt like they kind of made Bucky a little bit of a bitch. Like I feel like he didn't
Yes.
because he
was
is
underpowered.
He's really freaking strong, and it felt like he wasn't his super soldier self. Like
No,
and
I disagree.
I don't think he was holding back though. So I don't.
But
know
I
why.
disagree. He doesn't have. Look, this is okay. So they made sure we knew John Walker's reflexes and strength are like peak human before the serum. Peak
Mhm.
human. Bucky did not get what Steve Rogers got. Bucky got like a watered down version, and he's still stronger than almost any other super soldier we've ever seen. Or he's like a superhero, just like Steve almost. But this guy was already a peak specimen of a human being with his reaction time, his strength. And then he got an enhanced, better version of the super soldier serum. So really, I could see him being able to take Bucky because he's just that much stronger, that much more trained. It's hard to understand, but oh god, yeah.
It's right. He was an enhanced, but he was an enhanced human before, naturally.
That's what I mean. Exactly. Good way of putting it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I felt like Bucky was like he's the Winter Soldier. Like he went through insane shit. I feel like he would have been more stronger.
You know what? And I'm glad you said that. I feel like the deprogramming of him and the lack of the new empathy, even if he doesn't have it in this moment, when he was the Winter Soldier, there was none. He was programmed machine to kill. Yes. I think that made him a little bit stronger. Now that he's a human again, there's those moments of flinching. There's those moments where his hatred makes him less, gives him less ability.
I think that you nailed it. I think it's because that he's kind of like human now. Yes. Like he's not that like killer. Like he doesn't have that killer instinct anymore.
He's not programmed.
So I think he's a little bit less than what he used to be like. Yeah. But either way, it was a great scene. I felt bad for when he tore his wings off. When he tore his wings off, I was like, oh my god.
And then he was gonna kill him. I mean, like this dude, Sam failed. That's all I'm gonna keep saying. Sam failed. Sam could have talked him down. He wanted to be talked down. And if you know anything about de-escalation, like that first 20 minutes and maybe with a super soldier, maybe first half hour to 45 minutes, we'll say, you don't provoke. And Sam went right to provoking this guy.
And you know what, Scott, to your point, he tried way harder with that terrorist chick than he did with this dude who's supposed to be on the same team. Like they're supposed to be Team America.
Absolutely.
I think he has a self-interest here. I mean, he wants the shield now.
That's it.
And I mean, keep in mind, Bucky has been putting it in his head from day one. Why did you take the shield? Why didn't you have the shield? You need to get the shield. We need to take the shield. So now he knows this is the opportunity. He's going to get it. And he just rushed it. He didn't want anything from that girl necessarily.
Kaoru says the episode was so boring, I turned it off halfway.
I do have to say, like, instead of building it up.
Too. This scene, though, like, I got to say, when this scene happened, I was half expecting and I was half, like, kind of, like, rooting for Bucky to be like,
look at the sun on him.
The shield. I'm keeping the shield. You don't want it, Sam. You could have taken it.
Right.
This dude sure as hell doesn't deserve it. I'm taking the fucking shield.
But look at the sun on him and everything.
That was the look he gave him. The look he gave him was something along the lines of, don't give it back or else. And I also felt like he was saying that if he does give it back, he is going to take it and keep it.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's giving Sam one more chance.
Last time.
I felt like he should have just taken it, but then again,
I think he understands, like that moment right there.
Right there.
I think he's throwing it down and looking at Sam like, you will take this shield or I'm going to, like, all in his, again, great acting, because I felt it all in his look. Like, take the goddamn shield or I'm taking it, and I don't think I deserve it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I had to get you the shield again. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like that, I was half expecting him to walk away with it, not give it to Sam, because it's just it. And I think if he had, I feel like that the episode would have gone in a completely different direction, had they done that, because then that way it wouldn't be so much, okay, let's make the story that he has all this problem and all this conflict about wanting to become Captain America because he's black. Like, it's not, it would be a different conversation. If
it would be, my friend was Captain America, he's gone, I'm taking up his cause.
Exactly.
But I got to get going.
Okay.
I like the fake shield won't hold up long in a fight. Like, that shield is going to fall apart quickly. If that shield makes it through a fight with super soldiers, it's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit right there. Like it's made out of steel.
Unless that lady hooked him up with some sort of material. I don't know.
And he knows how to wield it, like
He
be
was
able
able
to
to forge it.
Yeah, like what
Yeah,
Valerian
that's true.
steel.
That's true.
All I know is thank you so much. I'm gonna make sure I'm cutting it short this week, so for the finale I could be on the whole time.
Okay.
I love talking to you guys about this stuff, but I gotta go. And
Okay.
that was a lot of fun. I love you
Love you,
guys.
Scott.
I'll talk to you
You
guys
tell,
soon.
tell everyone where they can
Bye.
find you if you want. His link is in the description.
That's all you got to know. My link is in the description. And someone buy one of my shirts or a cup or something. I just made a Teespring or a Tea Public or whatever drunk uses now because
Put that link in the chat again.
I will. I love you guys. Have a great night.
Yeah,
Bye.
I always buy them like extra large and like 6X, and then I use them as nightgowns. They're great.
Oh my god, you're
Give
so
them to like
funny.
reach your knees and stuff, and
That's a good idea.
yeah,
That's a great idea. Okay, so he's brooding. He's handsome. Gives him the shield. This scene was a little emotional though. Like when he was like wiping the blood, I was like, okay, that's kind of sad. Then I mean, great beginning. That was like 10 minutes of I was like, okay, here we go. Then they start. Well, they were talking about where Carly went. Carly's gone underground. And then he talks to this dude again. And this time he takes the shield, but he doesn't take the wings.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you forgot your wings. And he's like, you can keep them. Which to me, I mean, personally, like, I would be like, yeah, give me those fucking wings. I want to be able to fly whatever the hell I want. Because,
Yeah, I would take my wings too.
yeah, I would take my wings too. Like I don't know why he left the wings. It makes no sense that he would leave the wings because
Who gives up flying?
yeah, like it's not like the U.S. government is like either or like no, you don't get this. Like they're like, yeah, here's your wings. This is yours. You're the Falcon. And as much as as far as they know, he's the Falcon. The other thing I didn't understand is if he had the shield, right?
Mhm.
And this dude know about it. This dude is in the army. He
Right.
knows about it. So like when Walker goes to this trial here, and they're like, by the way, you have to give us back the shield. Wouldn't they know that Falcon already has the shield? I was so confused. I was like, why are they asking for the shield back if Falcon already has it? Shouldn't they ask the Falcon for the shield back?
I don't think he had revealed it though.
no.
And his
Who?
partner, his little friend, wouldn't have revealed it either. So
Oh, you're
They probably
saying
don't
that
know.
the Falcon and Sidekick didn't reveal that they had the shield yet.
Right.
Okay, but I think
Falcon and
that's kind of
Baby Falcon.
Mhm.
Baby Falcon, Hispanic Falcon, because there's Black Falcon and now Hispanic
Yeah.
Falcon.
I thought he was Native American, but whatever.
Oh, okay,
I don't know.
maybe. Hi,
Yeah.
Tina. Hello. Sam left the wings to Taurus. See, Taurus is a Hispanic name.
Oh,
Can
so
become the Falcon.
that's it. Maybe he'll keep those and not tell the government he has them. That'd be
But
great.
he didn't say that. He didn't say, you know what, Torres, why don't you try him out? Like he just was like, you
Right.
can keep him. Like he didn't say, I want you to be Falcon now. He didn't say anything. He just walked out. And I'm like,
And like Scott said, it's
okay.
another opportunity for some dialogue that they didn't include.
Yeah.
There was another great moment that they said no and hit it like a whack-a-mole.
Yeah, they were like, whatever. Scott says no one that knows they fought. Yeah, but wouldn't they have to report to their superiors? That's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't they have to be like, yo, we did fight the dude because, he was psycho and he killed somebody in the street. And we took the shield.
They
Just
should
FYI.
report it, but they're rebels now.
They didn't. So then he gives this passionate speech that we were talking about. And I did enjoy that speech. I thought, he had every right. He had every right to say what he said. They did use him.
Mhm.
It was
And now they're
all
playing
very
politics.
unfortunate. Yes, now they're playing politics. It's all very unfortunate. They're like, by the way, give us back the shield, which was bullshit. His wife being there for him was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Now, this scene, I did freak out a little bit because I have to admit that Julia Louis-Dreyfus is like one of my favorite all-time people in, comedy. I did not expect her to show up in this at all. But I also know that she's a hardcore lefty and, quite encompassed in the whole BLM, Black Lives Matter thing. So them offering her the job is definitely not a surprise because she has the right politics. Let's just say that. I mean, she can be kind of badass. So
she's a good actress. As long as she's being a good actress, I don't care less what her politics are.
Yeah, I was about to say.
she's got
and they
she
all
has
have
blue
the
hair.
same
I didn't
politics.
realize that. I didn't
The
realize
purple
she's got
hair.
blue hair. Yeah, the blue
Yeah,
hair.
purple hair. They all have the same politics, or they pretend they do. So yeah, I'm with Jayne. I don't give a frack as long as you're a good actor and you don't sit around and say horrible things about the people that watch your show.
Right. Well, hopefully she won't say people are racist because they don't like the show, because a lot of people don't like the show. So, and they are being called racist for that. I saw after this episode, there was a lot of conversation going on online, and most people are basically like, yeah, you're racist if you don't like the show because Black Captain America is like, the best thing ever. And if you don't like it, then fuck you.
No, hardly anybody's even watching the show. I think some of the people who are criticizing and some of the people who are supporting it haven't actually watched it.
I don't think they've watched it either.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Tina Bochin said the shield doesn't legally belong to the U.S. government. And that's true because this lady says as much. To Walker actually says, I'll tell you a secret. They don't really own the shield.
It's a gray area.
Well, it's a gray area, but it's because, wait, who made it? Was it Stark Tech?
No, girl, that they were. Oh, you mean like the what back in the 40s?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I forgot his dad was all involved with that.
Yeah, it was Tony Stark's dad or grandfather that made it, right?
I don't remember. I'd have to watch again. Does anyone in the chat know? I just don't remember. But I did want to say some people that are saying that if you don't like it because you don't want a Black Captain America, they're ignorant as F, because for crying out loud, it's already happened in the comics and no one had a problem. So they just need to STFU.
Some people had a problem, but I don't think the problem had to do necessarily with him being Black. I mean, people had a problem with him having the shield because everybody thinks Bucky should have it.
Yeah, so Stark's dad did make it. So that's why, because it's technically Stark property.
Yeah, it's private property.
Because he's the one that made it. So that's okay. Well, I mean, it's a gray area. So then she tells him, you got to pick up my phone call. When I call you, that'll be the best decision you ever made other than marrying this girl, which I thought was a funny line. I like it when Julia is being quirky.
Well, they had to throw in there too that she's gay or bi or whatever.
Wait, what?
Her comment about the wife was a comment about her being attracted and her being attracted to her.
Really? I didn't pick that up at all.
Oh, yes, that's what that was.
I picked because she was trying to basically kind of suck up to this, this fabulous firecracker sitting right next to me, because she was saying the best decision you would ever make is to pick up my phone call. Oh, other than marrying her, by the way, because
she's hot. That's what she's saying.
Maybe.
I didn't. Maybe. Yeah.
I didn't really pick up on that, but you could be very right. That's what I'm talking about. These subliminal messages, because some people pick up on that kind of stuff and some people don't. I didn't pick up on that, but now that you're saying it, I think you could have a point. Yes, she could very well be saying that. But yeah, so I am excited to see more of her, though, whether she's Lady Hydra or the other villain, I don't know. This dude's completely shocked. What's up with the card? You think it's got invisible ink on it?
I don't know. I don't remember anything associated with that.
Because he was like, there's nothing on it. And usually it's invisible ink. You have to hold it over a flame or something.
Maybe there's a microchip in it.
He'll figure it out.
Maybe there's a microchip. So there was that happened. Then the terrorists, which this girl is the leader of, is
Her hair looks better.
yeah, it does look a
She
little
Yeah.
better.
washed it or something.
Yeah, she
She
got
washed
some
it and she did a little
product
braid.
on it.
She
She's a total waste of screen time. That's what she is.
she really is.
Well, they didn't get much this episode.
I know. I mean, I'm just like, why are you still here? This is the part I care the least about.
Oh my God. I didn't care about her at all either. I do think this guy's gonna turn on her at some point.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many instances when this guy's been like, wait, what? We're doing this now? Wait, what? What? Like he wasn't down with blowing up that building. He wasn't down with her killing certain people. He wasn't down with making more super soldiers. He was like, we're gonna make more. And she was like, yeah, we're gonna make more. So there's been certain times.
I think he may be a spy.
Yeah, I think either way, I think he's going to betray her at some point, whether he's a spy or whether he's just had enough.
Yeah. This was one of my favorite parts of the whole episode. This was amazing. Why
do you say that? Because of this brooding look?
Oh, well, okay. Well, that's a given. But first of all, Zemo is the most, I hate to say it, interesting character in this whole series, but Zemo and him going head to head like this I mean, just great antagonistic chemistry. I thought it was awesome. Every second of it.
I love the scene. And yes, Bucky looks fantastic.
So good. Here. So hot.
And I like Zemo. See, this is the thing I don't understand. You can make one terrorist interesting, but not the other.
Why? Yeah. It's like you need to have an interesting villain. I have a theory about why she's so uninteresting.
It's because she's not the real character.
She's not the real character, yeah, for starters.
Well, I think there's two. I think it's twofold. One, it's probably like what you're saying, Teresa, is like, she's not an interesting character, or like not the main, like what it's supposed to be based on. And the other one I think is that, well, we know Zemo. Like Zemo's been around for several movies. These two have a history. There's, that connection that you make is important, even for villains, especially for villains. Like because you want to be able to love and hate the villains, and they've done a good job of developing that up to this point with Zemo. And Zemo's a great actor too. I mean, I don't think that girl's very good. So I think that plays a part as well, like the acting abilities.
Yeah, she's incredibly young to be taking on that kind of a role.
That's why it didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, why are they fighting this child? It's silly. It's silly.
What did you guys think about him not killing him and dropping the bullets to the ground?
Growth. Yeah, I think it shows how far he's come.
Yep.
I love these shots. Look how beautiful.
Mm-hmm. That was really nice. It was really some really nice shots. It started with a pan shot too, with him standing there looking at the statue as well, and that was really nice.
Yeah, I'm officially going to give this whole series a new title. It's going to be called Jekyll and Hyde, because sometimes the show is absolutely amazing. It's Dr. Jekyll, and then it's Mr. Hyde just total suck.
That's true. Impact Photo says Loki has never been my favorite character, so not too excited about his series, even though I'm sure I'll watch it. I've heard very bad things about the new Loki. Like he's gonna be like basically not even in the show. Like he's gonna be like a cameo in his own show. So I'm not really sure if I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I won't be disappointed again. I have nothing. No hopes whatsoever.
Yeah. I'll just rewatch him doing Henry V.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Girl,
you
need to see him being Henry V, and on this, we mighty few, we band of brothers, being a big old British dude. I digress.
I'm gonna have to watch that. Tina says Contessa Val / Madam Hydra is also going to be in the Black Widow movie. That is never coming out. When is that movie coming out? It keeps just getting delayed. Every time I hear about it, it's like delayed again.
Keep getting pushed back.
I don't even know when that movie is going to come out. Like, is there even a point at this point? Like, other things have happened.
all of these shows are basically preparing us for the films that are supposed to follow them. But I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it.
I do agree with E. Clay here. Why didn't Zemo go underground? He just gave up. Like, why did he just like let himself get captured? I would have been like, "Fuck you! I'm getting out of here."
What do you mean? Like right here?
Yeah.
Where
Well,
was he gonna
like,
go? He was surrounded.
no, not fight his way out. Like, go underground. Like the way that chick was underground. Like, go underground and like not get discovered.
Oh.
Like, not get found. Like he was waiting for the Winter Soldier to come here and meet him. Like I don't know why he would do that.
Maybe he had his reason for, I don't know, maybe it's an honor thing. He's supposed to be being redeemed, I guess. So going back to jail is just the right thing to do.
He's an evil dude. What the hell, dude? He's a villain.
Is he evil though? Because I never saw him that way. Remember, his family was killed because of what they did. He was justified. He's not evil. He's
like
a villain.
Walker.
But he's not exactly. Like I don't. Maybe it's just me, but I don't have a problem with them seeking out vengeance.
But he was kind of evil, though. I mean, he tortured Bucky for years. I mean, there's a level of.
And he was a terrorist. You know, he blew up the UN.
Yeah, he was
murdered his family.
He murdered like hundreds of innocent people.
So did they. That's the whole thing. That's why he was so upset. He was like, "Did y'all go to the memorial at least?" No, not surprised. That scene was in this episode too.
Yeah. Well, there is moral ambiguity with his character, which is also another reason why I think he's an interesting character.
Yeah.
I think that now this is pure speculation, and obviously this is not going to happen because what I think is usually way better than what Disney writers think. But I almost think that he meant for this to happen because he thought that he was going to give them up to the Wakandans, and he probably wanted to go to Wakanda so he can pull some crazy shit there and like steal their technology or something like that. God knows.
He probably does have a backup plan. Yeah.
I feel like he has a backup plan. He's too smart to just be like, okay, I'm just gonna get captured now.
He's also rich and resourceful, so
exactly. I feel like he's got a backup plan. He's just like, but then they say goodbye. They're like, bye bye. Oh my god, my neighbor's dog's outside and he's going crazy. Their ship is cool as shit.
This next part. Oh wait, you skipped the part that was Jayne's favorite part of the whole episode.
You mean this lady?
This part, yeah. How she looked at him.
I'm sorry about the dog.
In my headcanon, they have a relationship, but maybe they broke up. I don't know.
Well, apparently he's gonna get with this dude's sister.
Yeah, I hated that part. Why is
you know what's weird? You know what's so weird, Jayne, is like the second he flirted with her, the only thing I could think about was you being like, no, not this bitch. No.
Exactly. No. That's exactly what I was doing.
Yeah, all I could think about was you.
How very dare they?
Yeah.
How dare you?
This was like literally Jayne when she saw that.
How dare you?
In the comic, Zemo is one of the founding members of Thunderbolts. See, I have no idea who Thunderbolts is, Tina. That's amazing. I didn't know that. Okay. Well, is that coming? Is that something that's going to happen soon? I don't know.
Well, we don't know what they're going to do for the actual dramatization.
Know. It's going to be worse than whatever we think, though.
It's always worse. It's always so much worse. So then they have this conversation with this guy who was very mistreated. They didn't even give him his wife's letters. I mean, they just piled it on like so thick. Like I was like, okay, like, just sitting here listening to this guy talk about how much he hates this country because of what they did to him. And I was just like, okay, why are you still here though? Like I would have just left. Like, I don't know why he has no family. There's nothing here for him. He hates America. Why don't you move to Canada or something? I don't know. God.
It's a good idea. Maybe
Like,
he can't afford it.
It's hard to immigrate to Canada.
move somewhere else.
He would have to
would.
have some sort of ID. He didn't want to be revealed, though. That's part of it too, right? He's in hiding.
Go to Mexico. People climb the border all the time. Just hop on the other way. He seems to hate this place so much. I don't know why he's still here.
I think he's describing this place hating him. Why he's still here, I don't know. It's like the question of why is his entire generation still here? Because they've been here all this time.
And it's home, even home when home sucks. And, not everyone has the means. I mean, to just pack up and go to another country without being independently wealthy.
That's also true. Unless you're not immigrating, you're just
Doing drug deals.
It's called refugees. You just walk across the border, just like the way they're doing it right now. You just go the other way.
They don't let you go the other way. They've got very strict. Mexico's got very strict immigrants.
That's also very true. Thunderbolts at one point were like the Avengers team of mostly villains and anti-heroes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's someone else brought up the point about him having a child and grandchildren. Whenever
that's true. He did have a grandkid that was playing basketball outside. That's true.
Yeah, he's got family.
So he does have family. Never mind. That's why he's staying around. So yeah, but they just piled it on so thick. I was like, oh God, this guy's life wants to make me kill myself.
But I want to disagree with you a little bit, Nina. I think that what they did with him and then what happens a little bit later with Sam is a compare contrast that they're preparing here. That he's like, there's no good, there's this, and he has his generational experience. And then it makes the decision that Sam makes at the end of the episode as a contrast to this. Like that, in other words, he's not wrong, but that's not the vision he wants to have of America. And he's going to be proud to have the shield.
I agree. And I also think too, I'll say it again, I don't think any of this belongs in a superhero show.
No.
But at the same time, I do think it's funny seeing people's reaction to his perspective, because it's like, are people unaware that this was that generation's reality?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, they were
anyone really
experimenting on people.
Is anyone really unaware at this point about what was going on back then? Like,
Based
seriously,
on some of the reactions, I kind of think so, because you have people criticizing his point of view, not just it being in the show, but his actual words that came out of his mouth, and I'm just like, but how?
Yeah.
How is that possible that people don't know that that's what he would have experienced?
But I think what they're criticizing is the fact that he's saying that it's still going on, because what he was saying to Sam was that basically, Sam, you're nobody to them. You're just the black guy that they like use and abuse. And the second they're done with you, they're going to do the same thing to you as they did to me. That's what people have a problem with, because they're saying there is a generational change, right?
But I think that would be the perspective he would have. Why would he think anything would be different? Remember, every generation from him back has been exactly that. So what has given him any reason to think any differently? I think it's Sam's own experiences that gives him hope that it's a very different situation, a different world, and that we're turning a corner. Yes. But from this older person's perspective, he has, at this point, no reason to believe that. And I think he's also just cautioning Sam.
That's the other thing too, Jayne, is that they're saying to me, they're showing from, especially with the previous episodes and everything like that, they're showing that nothing has really changed with regards to how Americans treat Black people. That's why they had them stop them in front of his house, like when they went outside and everything like that, that there isn't a change happening for the positive, that it's still all very bad. And like this guy has a black grandson, let's say, right? Like he has a black grandson who's growing up in America right now. Has that experience been his experience? Like we don't know any of that, right? Like we don't, like, you know, his experience that like his grandson has lived, or his son even, like who's his son? I don't know, but like,
but I think that's what makes Sam's decision so important, is that there are still remnants of that happening today. And Sam is able to see that and balance it against what good there also is now. See, when this older guy grew up, there really wasn't a whole lot of good. Now you do have some good that balances out the bad to some degree, and he's able to see a light at the end of the tunnel. And
well, and that's the other thing too, is that there was good things back then as well, Jayne, like Captain America, like he was a good guy, right? And that's why, like, you know, Sam was saying like, Steve didn't do this to you. Like he looked at him and he was like, Steve didn't do this to you. It was like, you know, whatever happened, like Steve didn't know about it.
But
And
that's why it doesn't make any sense in this show. That's why none of this should be in the show.
Right.
All of this is happening in the context of a world in which half the population disappeared. You have aliens attacking, you have supercomputers attacking people. Like none of this makes sense in the context of a superhero show.
I know, it's also very bad.
Crazy.
You know what's weird though, is because I think he is one of the characters, and this did actually happen to him, like in the comics. So it somewhat does make sense. It's just that, like I said, it's just that it's so piled onto other things that they've been trying to do that you're like, okay, like, can we just, I don't know, can we just catch a break?
Unpopular opinion. I don't like that they did it in the comic. I know I say this 1,000 times, but it just goes back to them not knowing what to do with these characters. Everything, if it's a black character, it has to be about race in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Even if it doesn't make sense in a world with gods. Like it just, with aliens, with all, why would it, there wouldn't be this situation. Human beings don't act like this. It's just crazy.
It's like when you're in a world where you find out there's like all these aliens, and I'm talking like, because this is the world where they have you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, and they've seen aliens now. Is race still going to be such an issue? Like,
it wouldn't be.
There's other species out there. Like, I mean, this is a gong show. I don't know what's going on. But so then we come to the boat. We're gonna fix the boat, you guys. It takes literally like God knows how long the boat was taking to fix. They literally had nothing going on. It's not like there's terrorists going on or anything like that. They're just like, oh, we're just gonna wait until she makes her move. And I'm like, dude, when she makes her move, people are gonna die. That's the point. Like, you're supposed to try and find her before she makes her move so that you stop her terrorism. But
see, like, aren't they off the? They're off the job though.
They're not. They're not really off the job, because that's what they're saying. Like one of the guys, who was it? One of them was like, "Oh, sometimes the best thing to do is to do nothing for now, and we'll just lay low until we have something." And then, like Bucky was like, "Okay, yeah, call me, like hit me up when you know what's going on." Basically, like, you know, I was just like, "What?"
Okay, maybe I misunderstood.
No, you're right. There was a line in there where Sam says that they're basically benched.
Yeah,
so it's true. The government said, but at the same time, I agree that they could. I mean, they've been doing their own thing this entire time,
right?
So it's partly the government's plan is for them to sit still, and partly this is Sam's own plan to wait until he sees a reason to take some action.
Okay,
Jay
good. So
says, I'd rather
that.
Io and Bucky hook up instead of Sarah and Sam's sister.
Agree.
Being like Io. Yeah, Jayne is 100% with you, man.
I want him to marry her, go back to Wakanda, and have some little white wolf Wakandan babies.
Oh, that's so sweet. He's so hot.
He is.
I love the scene though, because he's like, why don't you use your arm? He's like, sometimes I don't think about it. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Like,
for
I'm
some reason.
left-handed. I don't really think about it.
That was so funny to me.
Yeah, that was cool. But then, see, I don't know. Like, it was great for like 5 minutes, and then I was like, "Is this ever gonna end?"
I
Like,
guess they
there's-
were trying to show them bonding, but how
you
long?
could do that in 2 minutes. Like, you don't have to do this for fucking 15 minutes. I'm just like, oh my god.
Like, how many days passed, really?
They're trying to fill maybe up all the stuff they had to cut with the pandemic plot.
Maybe that's what it was. This scene was interesting too. So he goes to the dude's parents' house, the discount Falcon, which I'm sorry, I forgot his name. And he's like, apologizing and basically telling the parents, like, I avenged your son's death because, I mean, I would have probably done the same thing personally, but whatever. Grumpy old ninja is asking, can I ask a terrible question? Doesn't all of this mean that the Avengers failed most utterly and miserably? That's pretty much what it means, yeah. And the Civil War meant nothing. I don't know.
I mean,
Sure about
they
that.
couldn't fix everything. I don't think they failed. It's just that there are always repercussions to anything you do, good or bad, right?
See, Sam and Bucky are benched with little info on the Flag Smashers. But okay, here's the thing: they have access to that blonde chick, who's I think the power broker or whatever. They have access to the Wakandans. They can do their own search for this chick. Like they can do their own thing. They don't have to rely on the U.S. government. And they have the shield. And they could have had the wings, but then they didn't. Sam decided not to take the wings. But they could have had both. And I don't know. It's just, to me, it makes no sense because they are somewhat vigilantes. They are not hired by the U.S. government. At least Bucky is not. Bucky can do whatever the hell he wants.
Exactly.
So
they could have used the Wakandans. They probably have some information.
Yeah. I mean, I would have reached out to whatever sources I got. He reached out to every source he had to fix the boat.
Right.
But he's like,
the whole community.
Yeah, the whole community was like, yeah, let's go fix the boat. But there's a terrorist at large. God knows what she's going to do. And they're like, let's just go and fix the boat.
You would think he would have come. Exactly. He would have come out and did the exact same thing with respect to the world. Like, give an interview.
Right?
And call upon all mankind to come together.
There she is. Like, I'm going to hit you up. I don't know who she was talking to here. At first I was like, wait, who's she talking to?
I don't care.
Yeah, I was about ready to say. Unless she's the power broker.
I think she's the power broker. I think
she's power brokering. Is the person talking French? I couldn't figure out what language it was.
Danish, it said.
Danish?
Oh, wait. No. Speaking in French.
Speaking French. I was right.
Batroc. I don't know who the Batroc is, but he's speaking in French. So then, anyways, they could have reached out to her. They could have reached out to the Wakandans. What's his name? Just saw the Wakandans, gave them Zemo. Could have been like, hey, by the way, that terrorist chick's still at large. Can you help us find her with your magical satellites or whatever?
Can I say something? Bucky laying on this couch, yes, that's a win.
That was a win. I agree.
Oh,
for the entire
it was Backdrop the Leaper. I guess that's like a dude in a character. He's a character.
There we go. Sharon was talking to the French guy that bought the Flag Smashers bombs.
Oh, that'll explain why he was French. That does make sense.
And in French, he is the cockless sateur. Yeah, on Wikipedia, that's what it's saying. So there.
There you
Jacob,
go.
Jacob Archer Barton says, "Don't worry about the bad guys right now. Let's just fix the boat."
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're at a point where they give 0 Fs. That could be it.
That could be it too.
Yeah, screw the world.
Well, the other person I would be a little concerned about, like, let's forget about the Flag Smashers. I would be a little concerned about John Walker because he was not happy about giving up the shield, and he was not happy about being almost court-martialed. He wasn't really court-martialed, but, all that stuff. Like, I would go and try and talk to him again. Like, now that things have calmed down, the shield's away, like, let's hide the shield. Let's go talk to him and try and, figure this out, like, men and adults, like, so you don't, throw him into Hydra's arms, basically, or like, make him turn. But they're like, no, let's just build a boat.
They don't really care.
See, it's just it's too much. It's too much of the building the boat. It was too much. I keep fast forwarding, and it's all boat fixing. Then this part was cool when he starts to train with the shield,
but it was too short. Like, I don't see. This is the thing. One of the things I was looking forward to in this in this show was Bucky training Sam, but of course we couldn't have that.
No,
we couldn't have that. So
I'd rather have seen them train more with the shield and do their bonding more like that.
Yes.
Than fix a fucking boat.
Right.
Because they could have done both. Like,
but
you would have like certain scenes here and there where they're fixing the boat, but most of the time they're shield training.
That's what it should have been. They could have even somehow incorporated fixing the boat into shield training, but they just couldn't allow it. And it didn't make any sense, because where would Sam even begin to prepare to wield this thing? Like, it doesn't, I just cannot. That was a big disappointment.
Do you mean because he's not a super soldier? Well,
partly that, but even just the fact that he would be somehow working hard enough to be able to wield it without Bucky's help. He should have been teaching him techniques or something so that a human body could actually use it properly.
He did, Jane. He threw it once at a tree and it bounced back.
And then left.
and then he left. He was like, bye. Hit me up when you need me. Like, he was like, see you later. Like, when you find out anything about the Flag Smashers, let me know. There it is. You call me when you have a lead and I'll be there. That was it. I'm like, you should have had a lead already. This is like, you guys should have been looking for that lead.
Call me when you have a lead. I think he's going to go back to and this is going to sound racist because I don't know, but the Chinese guy, and tell him that he killed his son.
Yeah, of course. That was a whole setup for that. That's definitely happening next episode for sure, because he told him to do it, basically. E. Clay says, it's a metaphor, Nina. The boat is Bucky and Sam's relationship, and they're repairing it. Okay, here's the thing. Their relationship wasn't really broken.
Right.
They were fine. Like, he was mad at him for giving up the shield, but other than that, it was just like, okay, well, whatever. Like, it didn't need to be such a huge metaphor. And they could have bonded or reprimanded the relationship through shield training rather than let's fix a boat for 20 minutes.
Exactly.
It's just, and that's more, it's visually stunning for the audience to see two beautiful men, go at it in like, like physically, like bouncing the shield back and forth, or like do like acrobatics or whatever. That's what the audience wants to watch. They don't want to watch like, oh, like, let's put this pipe here and like, let's, do this there. And
they didn't even show us. They didn't even show us setting up this little thing that they're doing now. They just we're just dropped into the middle of it. Why did they set it up this way? Why this particular angle? Why this approach? And it's more to just throwing the thing. Wouldn't he be training him to fight in a particular way? Like, it doesn't. None of this.
Yeah, it's like he had to figure. That's the other thing too that I thought was a little bit, because he's the black guy and he doesn't need the white guy's help. Like, I just felt like that's what it was. It's like, oh, he's so great that he's gonna do this just all by himself. Like, and then just you see him training hard and like just going at it and like, and then this part where the sister finally decides not to sell the boat. It's like, bitch, I could have told you not to sell the boat from episode 1. Okay, we all knew you weren't going to sell it.
She didn't even need to sell it. Apparently, these people owed them anyway. I would have just asked for money.
Yeah.
Why didn't GoFundMe? A GoFundMe, exactly.
But she's too proud. She didn't even want his money. She barely wanted to go to the bank. She was, I don't know. She's just like, dude, this chick has way too much ego. I'm like, girl.
She's a strong black woman.
Yeah, like, come on. Everybody needs a little help sometime. Just You don't have to be like this.
Not her. She's super strong, so she doesn't need help.
This is the scene I'm talking about. So he starts training his ass off. And it's like, okay, like Bucky could have been here. You guys could have been training together. Remember in the other movies when Steve Rogers would run around the track and him and was it War Machine? Or was it him? I think it was War Machine. They would always like run together on the track, and Steve was always beating him, like he was always lapping him over and over and over.
Well, no, that was a Falcon. That was a Falcon.
Was it Falcon? Okay, yeah. So he was still there. He was there. He was training with Steve, you know? And now it's like, no, we're not gonna train together because this is his moment now. He's gonna do his thing.
It just seemed kind of lonely too.
It did. So he did all of it by himself, though. He taught himself to throw the shield, do acrobatics, catch the shield, and then this scene was cute.
Sam Skywalker.
Oh no!
Oh my God, who said that?
Yeah, though I'll say this is that moment I talked about earlier about how you see how his nephew looks at the Captain American shield.
Yeah, I like the scene too. I thought this was cute. I thought it would have been cuter if Bucky was in the background somewhere, just brooding. But God, I just want more Bucky.
Me too.
Then we catch up with Flag Smasher chick. God, that whole name too, like Flag Smashers, they just sound like they're gonna just go have sex with a bunch of flags. Like the whole terrorist name is like doesn't even make any sense. Okay, this is the dude that was buying those weapons.
Yeah.
So then she gets weapons. He just wants to kill somebody. Who did he want to kill? I don't remember who said he wants to kill. He has the revenge in mind.
But their terrorist organization uses an app.
Yeah, and apparently everybody else wants to be a terrorist. Like everyone just gets up like a bunch of zombies and they're like, yeah, okay, let's go kill people. This was another moment where this guy was like, seriously, we're gonna start killing more people. And she's like, yeah, we're terrorists now. Like, you know, this is war. We're going to battle.
Yeah.
So then they all go. Wait, what was this part? I forget this part now. I was checked out at this point in my life. Sorry it took so long. Oh, there we go. Finally, he gets a heads up from his discount. I don't know, whatever. Discount Falcon, because apparently he's. So then this dude's like, oh yeah, there's something going on in New York. And he's like, oh, okay. Maybe I should go check it out. Possibly, maybe.
And how boring are they that they just want to attack one city? Like, does that make sense?
No.
You have all of these different cells all over Europe, but you just have one in America?
Yeah. Apparently they had one in America and they activated it. And they're like, we're coming after your asses.
With an Apple app.
With an Apple app. It's all. See, that's the other thing they're setting up too, though. They're setting up. This is something that's been highly discussed in, like, you know, conspiracy theory places and stuff like that, saying like the next big war is going to be like the tech war and, like, you know, cyber warfare. So of course they're using cyber warfare in this show to show that bad things can happen with apps.
Yeah, there's an app for everything.
Yeah, and I'm guessing the Captain America suit is in here because he just keeps staring at it, and he's like, you know, he just has this. It's like as if there's naked ladies in there or something. It's like he just keeps staring at it, and I was like, okay, what's in this?
He's not sure if he's still having doubts. Maybe
he's still having doubts after this entire episode. He's still like, oh, do I really have to put this suit on? Oh man.
He's contemplating the enormity of the moment.
I thought the whole episode was supposed to be about him accepting that he's going to be Captain America now, but apparently that's not the case. What's in the box?
I would much rather have had a look of confidence now. Like, yes, I'm ready.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you had a look of self-confidence, or even if they had change the scene out with him being ready, and they finally show the star, and he's just kind of like, I'm ready, let's go, kind of thing. That would have been even more powerful, because it's like, oh, okay, like we set up this entire episode about how this dude is just going back and forth whether he should be Captain America or not, and finally, yes he is.
Yeah.
But it's
and
still
with him in the suit.
Yeah, let's see him in the suit. Let's end it on that note. But no, he's still indecisive. He's still like, really? Am I gonna wear this? Just the way that just look at his demeanor. He doesn't even look like he's still decided. You know what it is he misses his wings. The man wants to fly. He's the Falcon. But he gave up the wings.
I actually interpreted not that he was indecisive, that he was just contemplating the enormity of the moment to be. That's how I saw it. He's in awe of it.
That, why can't he be both? Like, why can't he be flying Captain America that has wings? The other thing he could be like Hawkman. Like, he has like the bald eagle. That's probably what's gonna happen. The bald eagle, and he's kind of
could be
bald.
his new name.
Yeah, he's bald too. That could totally be his identity. There. Well, he's not bald.
The bald eagle.
And then of course there was what's it called?
I do want to say this though. I love the outro clips.
I do too.
That's really cool.
And then there was this scene of poor, misunderstood, whatever the dude's name is.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah, that guy. Walker. Yes, Spike and Madness. It already is a tech war. That's true.
Yeah.
JM2021 says, at Jayne Theory, in the Wakanda series on Disney Plus, Bucky and Ayo could have a more deeper, intimate relationship. I would love to get that series. I want to see that happen.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I could not care less. I kind of like Bucky being single, so I'm like, I
don't, because he's always brooding. He's always depressed. He needs a girl.
He does need a girlfriend. Hello, Sven. Just stopping by to say hi and give you a thumbs up. I have no intentions of watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I'm avoiding spoilers at all costs. Well, you came here at the wrong time, because we're at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Thank you so much though for stopping by to leave a like. So I don't know. This shield is gonna get wrecked in the next episode. So is this dude, probably. I don't know. Well, actually, he's a super soldier, so God knows.
I agree with Blake. I don't know if you highlighted it, but about standing there with the suit and shield, that would have been super iconic.
That's what I said. Yeah, like instead of him, just looking in the suitcase, have him put on the outfit and just have his like silhouette, or like you have the camera slowly move up and see the star here, and the star kind of basically speaks for itself, right?
Yeah, kind of like like a Superman moment the first time you see him with the suit and the S on him.
Exactly, except it's Captain America.
Another missed opportunity.
Yeah, so many. Okay, so the last thing I do want to talk about. Okay, well, do we want to say what we think is going to happen next episode? Last episode, right? 6th episode is going to be the final one.
Oh gosh,
I don't know.
They don't have enough time to do anything.
Not really.
Well, they're going to have to stop the terrorists. So
how?
Well, they know they're going to be in New York, so they're going to go there. He hits. Yeah, this Cromwell. Yeah, it's going to be a big fight.
A big fight,
maybe. I wonder if we're going to figure out who the blonde lady, if the blonde lady is actually the power broker, or if that Julia Louis-Dreyfus is power broker, or if she's like Lady Hydra or whoever, or maybe they're one and the same. Who knows? Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you. What is it? Let's see. Oh, it's a pear going thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I don't care about this, whoever she is. Sharon, is that her name? I don't care about her. I don't necessarily care about these flag smashers. I care to see if Zemo gets out again.
Mhm.
And I want to see Sam, with his new suit. And I want to see Bucky not depressed for a change. And that's it. That's all I need, really.
I think that we'll definitely see Bucky facing his demons in the next episode with the Asian guy. Maybe he'll possibly ask out either Sam's sister or that Chinese girl again, possibly. But I don't know. Sam was kind of like adamant about him not hooking up with his sister, so maybe he's not going to go that route.
I hope he doesn't. That's not the match I have made.
Yes, that's not what's meant to be.
See, that's interesting because Grumpy Old Ninja says, I hope it's not Sharon Peggy's legacy. I mean, that's interesting because, like, you're right. It is Peggy's legacy. But is Disney at a place right now where isn't it like they just kind of, they're spitting on everything, like even their own, storylines and everything like that. I can't say it won't 100% be happening. I agree with you. I hope it's not that way, but I have a feeling it is. I have a feeling it is because they were also trying to kind of juxtapose that with what's going on with the black guy. They're saying it's also happening to this white woman, because after all the stuff that went down, right? She's been a criminal and, she's had to run for her life and like the US government has been so bad to her and like never pardoned her or anything like that. She's been on the run for like so long. So
it's the Gucci boots argument that they're making.
what's that?
Was it Bill Burr? Is that his name? That quote that he made about white feminists and throwing their Gucci boots over the fence of oppression.
Oh yes, yes. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. They want to make her like, I feel you, brah, because they did the same to me, and it's just like, no, dude, you're.
I'm oppressed.
I didn't think about it that way.
I don't know. It felt like that because she was like, and then he was all like, "Don't worry, girl, I got you. Like, you're gonna be free. Like, we're gonna give you your pardon." He still hasn't gotten her the pardon. He has no idea what he's doing.
And has no ability to.
He has no authority. Like, he's barely Captain America. He's not even officially Captain America yet. I don't know.
He can't get her any. He can't even get his boat fixed. This whole thing is stupid.
He couldn't even get his boat fixed. Well, he did call the army of people to come and help him out, and they all did.
That's about it.
Bucky is hooking up with Io, and that's fine on That's fine. I hope that happens for you. I couldn't care less about that, but I just want to see him beat people up. Like, is that weird? I just want to see him be badass, and I feel like he hasn't been as bad of it. Like, he hasn't been. He has so much more potential. It's just
I love when he snaps and goes, Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, we love it.
I have a feeling like the last episode, possibly, like we're gonna see like a clip like at the end of the episode where Zemo's breaking out of Wakanda, or like he's figured some shit out in Wakanda and he's gonna do something bad, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, Zemo," like because he's one of their most popular characters, believe it or not, and I feel like they're gonna not like let him have more screen time.
Yeah, they're gonna save something for the movies for him.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. Okay, so is there anything else? Final thoughts?
We're like, well.
It's kind of shitty. Oh, here we can talk about this for a minute, since this also kind of came out last week. What the heck did you guys think about this new Captain America?
The one that we all thought was a joke.
Yeah, weird woman, black woman Captain America.
Ugh.
That is also like doesn't know how to dress. Like, what is going on?
She's like a leotard and a
art. That's the
turtleneck and a jacket. What is the weather? Because isn't she what city? Harrisonburg or something?
She's got a trench coat, but
look at these boots.
What? Yeah, it's like her boots are like construction boots, like from like steel-toed boots from like a construction site.
Oh my gosh.
The stars off center.
She's got like some sort of weird hoodie thing going on, but that like peeks out with the wings. What's it called? The wings peek out of the hood. So she like puts on the hat, but the hood has a hole where the wings go.
And then they gave her purple hair. Like, why? Just that you just had to throw that in there.
I know. I don't know what they're. I mean, it's just bad art. That's just all that there is to it. There is no if, ands, or but. It is not good art. No, I don't know why they do it.
There she is.
It's a mess.
She looks very. I don't know.
And that picture in particular, she looks manly.
She looks like a man in this.
Yeah,
like really does.
I don't know.
Barely any boobs. Like, there's no boobs. She like her hips are so wide. You're like,
her face is so square. It's just
square jaw. It's very masculine.
Her hair looks terrible. Now in that one, she looks kind of cute. So I don't know what they're doing. Like, pick one.
Yeah.
But this one's also interesting because she's there with Steve Rogers. That's Steve.
Yeah, and see, that didn't make sense with the explanation for the story was that he was gone, and that's why they had to take up their little missions in each city. So why is she on the back of his motorcycle, and why is she standing on it? That's dangerous.
Well,
like, she's human. She's not a super soldier.
She's not? Is she?
No.
Okay.
She's a cosplayer.
Oh my god, she's a cosplayer?
Basically. She's just a regular person who decided that she was gonna be the Captain America of her little town.
We'll spotlight 5 new characters inspired by Steve Rogers to defend their communities.
See?
Their series will also co-star previous shield bearers Falcon, Winter Soldier, and U.S. Agent, who are all currently appearing in Disney Plus's Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
But these are random people. And why is it just 5? I mean, since you're doing this, you may as well just have one per city.
Wait. So was the gay one of these different characters?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So they have a gay one. They have a weird female black one now, and then probably the next one's going to be trans or something.
Or non-binary.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe one will be a redhead. You know, people want that. So maybe
that's never happening, Jay.
No, there's a ginger side.
Yeah, Jay doesn't like them at all. Oh wow. Tina says Nichelle has a horrible costume. I agree.
No.
I don't get what's going on with her pantless leg.
And Jay says she looks worse than America Chavez. America Chavez looks great. She looks fantastic.
Who's America Chavez?
America Chavez is another one of those characters. I'll pull it up real quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Oh my god. There's another one that I actually haven't seen.
But this one isn't part of this particular series. But it's another one they've created.
Oh, she's kind of cute.
Yeah. You want to share it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I just kind of Googled it. This is her, I'm guessing?
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, she's kind of cute. I mean, she's like, her costume is definitely better than what's going on over there.
People actually complained because she was drawn so, such a feminine manner. They were
What?
mad. Yeah, people on Twitter were upset because she actually has a body of a woman.
I like her. I think she's way better than the other one.
She is.
How dare she be pretty?
Well, this one's all right. Okay, is this her?
Yeah, that's her.
Wow, I actually like her. She could use more boob here, but definitely an
Much
improvement.
better.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even a contest. The other one was awful.
Exactly.
The other one looked like it was drawn by a freaking 5-year-old.
And that's in the center there with the gray picture to the left. That's the official art.
This one?
To the right of that. Yeah.
This is the official art.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. She's got booty.
And that's what people are upset about.
I like her. I don't mind her at all. This is beautiful art. I don't know if this is fan art or not.
I think that's fan art. Yeah.
It's just so crazy to me how most people who make fan art now are like way better at like drawing the comics than like the actual comic book artists. Like we saw, I think it was Xevious who drew this new Captain America. Like he redrew it. And I was like, damn, that girl's hot. Mind you, I still don't like the costume design because I was like, what is going on with that pant leg? But it was beautiful. Here it is. I'm gonna share that with you guys so you see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But this is way nicer than what we got, like with that other whatever that thing was.
Much better. But they can't, they're not gonna allow this. They're not gonna allow it.
No. But I still think like she should have pants. I don't get this. Like I just don't get it. I understand that she's way hotter. I still don't get the costume.
I would rather she wear a skirt.
Yeah, like why isn't she wearing a skirt or something? Like a cute little mini skirt here. Be like kind of like Supergirl, but like different. See, she even has purple hair on here.
Yeah, I would get rid of the purple hair.
I mean,
it would make more sense for it to be blue. Like
that's true. That's true. What, like, red or blue, right? Like,
yeah, like this is crazy.
But he wanted to showcase like, oh, you can have like SJW Captain America, but have her look hot. And I think he did a great job.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all we have for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed the show. I know I always enjoy hanging out with you ladies and talking about it. And Scott, he was here. He was here for a bit. So let's everybody. The links for the panel, including Scott, are in the description down below. Please make sure that you're subscribed or resubscribe because sometimes we get someone sub to us like I did today with Steeg. So make sure you're still subscribed. Jayne, tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me here on YouTube where I post movie and television reviews and pop culture commentary. I also host a coffee and chill stream on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can catch me, of course, on Sundays here. And on Mondays, I discuss Winds of Winter and A Song of Ice and Fire at around 6 Central on Sporking News Podcast. On Thursdays at 8 Central, you can find me with the ladies of the Queen's Council. And on Friday evenings, usually playing Mario Kart on Ord Board's channel. You can also follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Jayne Theory.
Yes, everybody sub to Jayne, and she sometimes hangs out with us on the Fantastic Four as well when she's not busy playing Mario Kart on Fridays, which is always a lot of fun. Before we go, and also before Teresa does her outro, I just saw another comment that was... look at the redraw Anna did. Yeah, I did see that. She's gotten a lot of heat. She always does for that, and she barely did anything to that.
Yeah, I actually I didn't notice too much of a difference.
She
usually just tweaks it and makes it. She improves. She fixes.
Yeah,
the original art.
I mean, she barely did anything, and they're like jumping down in her throat like so hard, like how dare you? And it's like, dude, get a grip. I mean, this freaking drawing is terrible. But there was also another one that you said America Chavez is going to be in Doctor Strange 2 as a 13-year-old. Okay, well, that's interesting. I did hear last week that they wrapped up the filming for Doctor Strange 2, which I hadn't even realized that started. Like, I was like, this started already. So they're keeping like it under wraps. Like they're keeping it kind of like this flag smasher chick going underground raps. Like they're like, no one's gonna know we're filming this shit. So I was surprised. That happened. But I'm also kind of like, I feel like maybe that's why we didn't see Doctor Strange in WandaVision, because he wasn't like, he was like, they were filming his movie. Like, so they didn't actually have him be in WandaVision at all because of that.
Oh, they could have brought him over. They ignored
he could have
every
done a
fan
cameo.
theory. Yeah.
That's true. They could have done a cameo. No excuses, Marvel. No excuses at all. Okay, Teresa, darling, tell everyone where to find you.
You can find me at Miss Martin Muses here on YouTube, where I talk about what makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or just really ticks me off. You can also find me on Twitter, Teresa2_Martin. I will be on Sporking's A Song of Ice and Fire on Mondays, and I'm pop up on Open Airlock Policies Babylon 5 discussions.
Very cool. And as for me, you can find me on my channel, Nina Infinity, and also you can find me on John Talks' channel on Wednesdays. We fluctuate between the two of us now. So this Wednesday, it's going to be on my channel for Infinite Talk, and there's going to be a very awesome special guest. So make sure you're there. And also Fridays for Good News. So I do Good News Fridays here, and Fantastic Four as well. So make sure you subscribe to everybody. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Thank you everyone for being in the chat. Jay, Grumpy, Sideways Optimist. I know you showed up late, but you're here. Thank you so much. Yvonne, Clay was here. Tina, I'm so happy that you were in this conversation with us today. You told us a lot of stuff I didn't know. So thank you for being here. Blake, Mansquatch, Demajanai, my favorite pimp, Sven, everybody. I don't know if I missed you. Thank you so much for being here, and we will catch you next week for the finale. Bye.
Bye.
Let me see. Where's my outro? There it is. Bye.
Bye.